This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, and this show is called Daily Flash. We thank you so much for joining us. We got today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Yes, we do. Okay, so Texas, have you heard about this? They're suing Netflix.
For what? No, I'm not.
They claim that the platform has been spying on kids and users and collecting their data. Yeah, which is interesting. They announced a lawsuit against Netflix, accusing the company of spying on children and other consumers by collecting data without consent and designing the platform to be addictive. Now, Texas claims Netflix has falsely represented consumers that it didn't collect or share user data when it actually did, tracked and sold viewers' habits and preferences to commercial data brokers. Okay, this is Texas saying this. They say Netflix's endgame is simple and lucrative: get children and families glued to the screen, harvest their data while they're stuck there, and then monetize the data for profit. When you watch Netflix, Netflix watches you, Texas added in the lawsuit.
So a big push now, and I wonder how this plays into it, is that they're now using your phone as an interface where you can play games. It's actually kind of fun. Like if you came over and was like, hey, let's play a trivia night.
Yes.
And the question would pop up there, but you have to have your phone. You have to download a separate app for it. Same goes for the games. I downloaded Red Dead Redemption.
You did.
So it's
and
hard for me. Yes.
Yeah.
And I got it because I'm a Netflix subscriber, and I love that game, and I could play it on my phone. Anyway, I'm going off.
It's okay.
But I had to download a separate app for that, right, in order to play it through there. But they have Netflix-specific games where it interacts back and forth. So I wonder if that when you download that app, you're downloading, again, I've been talking about EULAs, it seems like almost every day.
Okay.
But if that's like a back door for them to get that, because you sign up for Netflix is one thing, but this app is another way, is a whole other entity somewhat, and possibly they can get around it. I'm wondering if the lawyers are thinking that might be the way around it. This is completely just speculation on my end about that, but they do follow. They want to know what they say, we want to know what you're watching so that we can suggest things.
Yes, the Attorney General for the state of Texas said that they've accused Netflix of building a surveillance program designed to illegally collect and profit from personal data without your consent. And they went on to say, like, the habits and the things they build into their algorithm, basically by allowing you to watch and go to the next show and then the next show and the next show automatically, or it'll start a different show for you automatically. So you really kind of get stuck in this cycle of never-ending watching. And of course, they know what you're watching.
What you're saying.
You know that too. I mean, that's part of it. But so you're getting glued to the screen regardless of what you're watching because it keeps you.
It doesn't stop.
Right. I mean, how many shows have you binge watched on Netflix?
100%. And then when you're at the end of it, it will suggest like 5 or 6 and autoplay it. Autoplay is a big deal there. But I prefer the autoplay other than their judgmental, are you still watching this?
Oh, right. Yeah. And then it's asking you a question. Totally.
On some shows they go, they need that. Are you seriously still watching? That's what they need to say,
right? You're right.
It's been a good 12 and a half hours.
Yes.
Are you still watching?
Yeah, totally judgmental.
And you turn it off on that, but at the end of it, it'll start playing another one. And I get it because they want you to find other content on their screen. But why not give us an option? Say, you know what? I don't want you to. Suggest that. So I turn that off. I don't. When I'm done watching something, don't autoplay it.
Yeah, don't.
How hard would that be?
Although for pet parents, it's kind of nice because if you turn something on, it's nice to know that it just continues to play. That's a whole different thing. But I like what Texas said. They used Reed Hastings' words against him. He said that the CEO said, when you watch Netflix, Netflix watches you. And they were saying, they were quoting Reed Hastings directly. And so that, I mean, I suppose when you think about it, like you mentioned the cell phone thing and adding that app.
Again, that's a speculation.
Speculation. But you have to wonder too, like when you're adding apps to to your phone, how much access do they have to your phone?
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So if you have your phone and they know where you're at, they know you go to a pet store a lot. Well, then they go, hey, I know you like dogs. And then they sell that to an advertiser, and all of a sudden you're watching maybe even something else, or you're starting to get stuff in the mail because they have your address about dog stuff. And that's where the game is at. And, we always say if you don't pay for it, then you're the product, but you are paying for Netflix.
Your personal information
on that. Think that. And on a side note, can I just really quickly talk to HBO Max? I don't care if you give me $227 billion.
I'm the same way.
I'm not watching Euphoria.
Not watching it.
Quit pushing that show on me. It's now you're a drug dealer. I'm calling the cops on you. I'm not going to watch that show. What can I tell you to get that off? I'm never going to watch it at all.
No to all those streamers. Can you just mix it up
a little bit?
I get it. I know people love that show, but I don't want to have to be hit with that promo every time I turn on HBO Max. Every single time. Now it's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't mind. I'll take
too.
anything over Euphoria right now. Anything over it. One other pet peeve, can I mention this?
Please.
Can I watch the credits? Sometimes I like to watch the credits, and they make it next to impossible to try and get back to watching the credits. Drives me nuts.
You're 100% right, and I know what you're talking about. I don't mind it, but I always think of those actors that have been working really hard, and they just want to see their name. I remember when I did a TV show, I did Touched by an Angel, and I was like, I want to see my name. I want to see my name pop up, and I always feel bad for because the first two people is all you'll get to see.
Pretty much.
The big stars, and then
then everybody else is like, and then it goes really fast.
Really fast, or then just pops up to the next one. All right, we all have our pet peeves. Netflix, they are what they are. They're getting, maybe if we come to find out they're watching us, think about that. And we're paying even more and more for them to watch us. So think about that. We, of course, would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Our question of the day is waiting for you on our website where you can sound off. What is life's biggest mystery? That's the question. And that I don't think any of us have a 100% answer of what the biggest mystery is, but 3 questions I think that every human might ask themselves is, where do we come from, why are we here, and where we're going afterwards.
I love it.
That would have to be the 3 biggest ones. So where you might need to go to get that answer, understandable.
Let us know what you think, dailyflashshow.com. I wanted to show this video to you because I thought this was fascinating. California deputies used a magnet-equipped drone called Buster to safely disarm a knife-wielding registered sex offender hiding in his garage. This is crazy. The 30-year-old suspect was a known parole violator with a lengthy criminal history. The drone found him lying in the corner of his garage holding the knife after earlier being seen with a firearm. So negotiators, they failed to get him to surrender at the time. So the Sacramento Sheriff's Office flew the drone into the home where its powerful magnet hovered above the suspect and then ended up pulling the knife right out of his hand.
Now, I think I saw this video. I think he's passed out.
He's passed out asleep in here. This innovative first-in-the-nation tactic allowed officers to avoid direct confrontation with him. A robotic canine unit then helped clear the garage before armed deputies entered and subdued the resisting suspect and arrested him. Carter, of course, suspected of a number of things. He was booked into jail on multiple felony charges with no bail. But here is a situation where officers knew he was armed and they weren't sure what to expect. They send this drone in with a magnet and they're able to disarm him.
We're seeing more of that, bomb detections as well, where they can send the robot in and be able to do that. And this is, when we see stories like this is where lots of police stations are wanting to go to the RoboCop, I guess is where everybody's kind of thinking. I do know there was one, they spent all this money. I wish I remember the city. It was a relatively medium-sized city. They spent all this money for basically all it was this robot that would go around and just monitor everything. And it found absolutely no crime at all. And they go, we might not need this right now. I can understand that. Technology is going to be there as we get that. Seeing things like the drone, you can see even more. And that was relatively smaller magnet, but imagine that idea still could be there. You send in a drone that could actually send out emit a sound or something that could turn off all the electricity or something. That's why we give that over to those electronics so that we can be safer and a human doesn't have to worry about getting hurt.
In the great words of Jesse from Breaking Bad, science, yo.
Yeah,
Magnets, yo.
I love that. I was thinking that exact thing when I was watching that. Okay, should we be headed closer to a RoboCop kind of mentality with the police? It's going to be there. Keep in mind when you see these cameras on cops' cars, they're reading your license plate from almost a half a mile away. They can find out who you are. Technology is there. It's not going anywhere at all. Should we embrace it, or should we actually start now working on the laws that these robots could possibly do? Because we don't know how far that could be, right?
That is true. Very true.
So keep that in mind. Our website, dailyflashshow.com, is where you can sound off on this or anything you've seen on the show.
Before we head to break, here is today's Brain Flash question.
All right, which NFL team was originally called the Decatur Staleys? The Decatur Staleys. We have the answer for that when we return. Stick around. You're watching Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, I'm Cece, and this is Cece Hollywood. What does it cost to belong to a country, to a culture, or even to yourself? Today's story lives between two worlds. Frank Tian is not only a director, he's the pioneer and founder of Janie Entertainment, a pioneer in the emerging microdrama industry. At a time when storytelling is being redefined, he has built projects that turned a $250,000 investment into over $30 million in the box office. And yet, his journey is not just about success. It's about identity, about displacement, and about the quiet cost of finding where you truly belong.
19年我们准备开启长时间的全球旅行，所以第一站来到美国就因为疫情，2020年1月份的疫情，我们就滞留在美国，到今天为止。23年底才遇到了短剧出海的风口。24年我们正式投入到短剧拍摄，到现在20个月过去了。我们从最初的夫妻店2个人，到今天加中国公司在一起超过了100人。
但是夫妻店的时候，那个时候是不是很难？
夫妻店的时候，没有觉得很难，他必须要合规的财务，必须要合规的很多东西，工作就好了。他只是很辛苦。
你跟你太太，然后你们是怎么分工？就2个人，
我做 producer， 他做导演。对，我负责所有的合同和项目，然后他负责做导演去拍摄，拍完以后再跟我们的后期团队剪辑完成，所以这是一个合作的方式。
He didn't arrive with a perfect plan. He arrived with questions and a need to survive.
那说到这个是什么原因让我去进入到这个行业，并且在 all in 这件事情，我认为2024年初，整个中国的短剧开始逐步向海外扩张的时候，一开始我大概用了1个月的时间就研究完结合，我就决定 all in。
And there are no map, and no one tell them how to run. So they kept moving.
但是中国花了5年时间，从9亿到500亿的市场增长的量，我看到了。我相信美国也会复制中国的发展。突然才发现，我们已经跑到第1名了，就应该做宣传的时候发现，就穿了个大裤衩子。哇，这个时候发现不体面，也开始穿衣服。
And then he realized people were watching.
所以就忽然间很多新的东西你要学习。
对，
特别是
企业管理。
你的企业管理，而且不仅仅是在中国，你现在是在美国，你是在一个
法治非常健全的，
非常健全，而且大家现在是盯着你的，
对，很多人盯着你，我们有很多的潜在股东盯着你做得好，就天天约你打牌。
Survival became discipline, and discipline becomes structure.
A lot of people say like, oh, I know Frank, he's kind of one of the most luckiest person, or like he might be just at the right time, at the right place, and start the right business. So I want to ask you personally, why you are the American underdog story?
I think God love me.
Absolutely.
Most time I think I'm a lucky guy.
那我知道之前因为高峰导演说跟你是一个内耗的人，对吧？我觉得这个是一个非常重要的波段。是不是？因为你现在等于是你要百毒不侵，对吧？有很多外面的各种各样的东西，
对，百毒不侵，
对吧？你要保持自己内心的一个镇静。
我觉得 我不内耗，用我妈的话来说，这孩子听不进也不放，滴水不进啊。你给他说破天，他还是想干啥干啥。书面一点就是不内耗。
Maybe it wasn't luck. Maybe he simply moved before the rules were written.
让你们其实算是闪婚，对不对？
对
就你们才认识22天，对吧？那什么东西让你决定你说 yes 了？
不是冲动，就这个男人有担当，有勇气，那个东西是我认为是非常非常可贵的，是这个东西，我就义无反顾嫁他。我相信我跟他在一起能够共创出，不管是公司还是人生的美好未来。
You can hire me as a consultant. And he said, well, that's like a boyfriend and I want to get married.
So you see his commitment.
See his commitment and the work that he's done to get to this. It's a lot of work to get to this point.
He is very good. And not even this business, actually, I realized before he has very good sense to find some money. He can smell of money very well. Not even this business. There are many little things about his
sense, right? You talk about sense is important.
Frank, he has so many successful business experience.
Right.
He know virtual drama is gonna be very big market in the future. So we have to take the part of them. We are not only be the production company, we have to be the distributor as well.
That's very true. That's very visionary.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
And over time, people didn't just work with him, they choose to build with him. Belonging is something we all search for. But for some, it's not a place you arrive at. It's something you build over time. And maybe that's the part of success we don't often see. This is CC Hollywood. In flashing, there is a belief in beauty, not chasing change, but knowing when to return to the body. A more thoughtful, long-term approach to beauty. Bliss beauty.
So we've upgraded.
Mitch, the website.
Of course, we got more Hollywood stories.
More Mitch, please.
And now you can read and watch what we couldn't fit on the show.
And there's even a sound off button.
Just click it.
Leave us a message.
Right there from your computer.
Or even your cell phone. You can hear your voice right here on TV. So what are you waiting for?
Go on and check it out. Right now. Go on. Do it.
DailyFlashShow.com. It's the website for Daily Flash. We kept the name simple for you.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Each year, the New American Home showcases the latest and greatest in innovations and smart improvements. This year, it comes with a side of philanthropy. Take a look.
At the New American Home 2026, SKS and LG are not just showcasing the future of high-tech and luxury living, they're empowering a home with heart. This year's Show Home is a groundbreaking philanthropic platform designed to directly support Jonathan's Landing Foundation and its vital mission to create a comprehensive community for adults with autism.
I fell in love with this property, but I realized that I could do more than just building a home. I could build a gathering place. I can find a way for the community to come together and to support a cause that was very important to me, which is autism and providing housing and employment for adults with autism. We're going to provide the maximum services for each individual for the least cost to the families.
In the kitchen, for example, SKS appliances offer unparalleled precision and luxury, perfect for everyday cooking and grand-scale entertaining. For Jason and his son Jonathan, cooking has provided an avenue for communication, creativity, and lifelong memories.
This is a very unique home. We had a great team helping build it, and now we get to do all this great entertaining and bring people into the community.
So what makes this kitchen so unique? It has a 48-inch dual fuel pro range with 6 burners and a griddle, a 24-inch wine column, 30-inch fridge and freezer column, panel ready. And don't forget the 24-inch built-in under-counter fridge with drawers that can be turned into freezers. There's also a back kitchen for the ultimate entertainer with a 48-inch dual-fuel Pro range with built-in sous vide and a combo wall oven with speed cook and steam. Within the new American home, ThinQ technology acts as the intelligent core, seamlessly integrating everything from SKS's professional-grade culinary suites to LG's advanced HVAC systems, smart laundry, and OLED TVs. This creates an effortlessly intelligent, energy-efficient, and truly connected living experience that redefines comfort and convenience. To continue to inspire others to connect through cooking and raise awareness for Jonathan's Landing, SKS has launched #PassTheApron. People are encouraged to film their own apron pass moment and tag others they want to nominate to support the cause. Learn more at SKS Appliances or visit sksappliances.com/pass-the-apron. And for more on the 2026 New American Home, go to tnah.com.
All right, thank you there, Jackson. Some trending news stories around here. An indoor water park making a splash with a bizarre twist on a classic milkshake. It's kind of wild. Visitors to the Great Wolf Lodge, been there many times. It's great. You could try a limited edition, ready? Ranch milkshake. It's topped with carrots, celery, whipped cream, and crispy chicken. The shake is a blend of vanilla ice cream and the ranch dressing. It's going to sell for about $3, $3.10. You can sip it or dip it, totally up to you. Critics claim the shake is the perfect example why America is struggling with obesity, and I can understand why. But it's also, if you're out on vacation, this is the kind of drink you have, right? I mean, just to try it. You don't go down to like, it's Wednesday. I need to go get my ranch milkshake. It's something different, and this is also a place that really is family oriented.
Yes.
If you've never been to a Great Wolf Lodge, they're awesome. They have indoor water parks and such. So let's keep it there.
Yeah.
No need to go anywhere else, and I'm sure they'll appreciate that as well.
Will it be showing up at your local state fair anytime soon? It probably will.
Yes, but again, that's a thing that you would go to with the family. So,
yes,
right.
same with like deep fried butter sticks and Oreos.
There is the grossest thing I've seen at a fair one time. It was called a sundae. But it was a meal. So basically, it had like chicken and the ice cream was mashed potatoes, and they made it like a sundae. So it looked kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it was a meal. But then I'm thinking, I'm at the fair, so my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, calories don't count at the fair. That's why you can eat as many corn dogs as you like.
Because once you go on the zipper and you throw it all up,
That's
you're
why.
not going to have any calories left to digest.
And the answer is always yes if you want to go faster.
Yeah.
Right? Do you want to go faster?
That's true with the DJ.
My DJ, I gotta hurry up and get my strip club job after this.
And he always has a nice set of summer teeth.
Summer
there, summer not. I don't know about this one, but I can certainly appreciate the creativity, so to speak.
Something different, by all means. And like I said, it looks nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks wonderful.
But I think, like you mentioned, the meal Sunday, you're going into that thinking you're having a milkshake. So there's an expectation of sweet and delicious versus savory and filling, right? So it's like a psychological effect when it comes to how it's packaged and presented.
And, if you made a healthy version of that, made it look cool, I mean, I'm sure parents would jump aboard on that because they'd be like, hey, I want my kids to at least have dinner.
Yeah. And whipped cream and ranch dressing, I'm not quite sure I'm there yet.
I've never had that. Do you have like any, I have like weird combinations of things that you have to have maybe specifically using dressing? Are you a dressing person?
Oh, I love like a blue cheese dressing. Yeah, absolutely.
Like with chicken, it's really good.
Oh, God, yeah.
Try this. I know it sounds crazy, but in Mississippi, Catalina French dressing on pizza. It sounds great. It sounds like that ranch milkshake, but it's really, really good. It'll make you want to just lay in bed and watch this show with no shirt on.
Oh. There you go. Stay with us.
Like that, right there.
This is Daily Flash with Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Broadcasting worldwide and streaming. Daily Flash. Today's talk, tomorrow's trends.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. Before we do anything, let's check in with our stations across the nation.
You are watching us on one of the 219 great television stations that we have all around the country, including our friends at the American Forces Network, which is seen around the world. And today we'd like to say a big salute to our friends in Hutchinson, Kansas at KFVT TV. You know, in Hutchinson, if you look on a map, Hutchinson is almost dead center of the country. Well, if, you know, on a map, some people say it's where it's at, but pretty much there. It's also where the Salt City Underground vaults are. And this is a place that basically, it's been the home since 1887, and it's earned its name, Salt City, because they've excavated portions of the mine 650 feet below the ground, and they keep films there. Now think about this. It's like The Wizard of Oz, Gone with the Wind, Star Wars. It also hosts Stratica, which is the only tourist-accessible underground salt museum in North America. If you think about this, it's also, because it's in the center of the country, and Oklahoma City was actually part of this as well, keeping it there will preserve it.
Yeah.
But back in the 1800s in Oklahoma City, just south of that, is where they would take all the theater owners to go, and they would watch the films there of what they would take back, and because of its central location. Where do you keep it to preserve it? A little further north, again, Hutchinson, Kansas. And so we say thank you for preserving those great movies.
Interesting.
And I would love to go take a nice tour of the salt vaults.
Yeah, no kidding.
Really cool stuff there. All right, we want to hear from you at flash@dailyflashshow.com. We head now and tell you about the world of AI. It's not going anywhere.
Nope, it sure isn't.
Already, though, there's some history of AI, and that's why there's now the world's first AI museum, basically described as, well, some say a vibrant sensory overload.
Yeah.
But is it really art?
See, that's a good question.
What their people are saying. The images inside the windowless cube are created by 1 billion data points coming from 16 rainforests, all in a live feed. It's being called Dataland because it's billed as the world's first museum of AI art, all located in downtown Los Angeles. The art is spread across the 25,000 square foot building inside the Living Museum. In addition, 10,000 square feet of the space is used to house the museum's tech, which tells you just how much tech it takes to be able to do this. To me, there has to be something about being around that much electronics. There's some that believe that there are waves that we don't see at all, including things even from, like, you think about your microwave in your home, you have TVs on, you know, even where we're at right now in a television studio.
That's a good point.
Things are being emitted out, right?
Yeah.
But being around all of that is probably going to be closer to the norm because so much tech is coming along. Maybe not to that extent, but still a lot.
No, but and then I think that the other question too was like, is it really art?
Yeah, okay, true, right.
And again, I think art is in the eye of the beholder. It just has to, whatever turns you on. Like if you look at that and you think, oh my God, this is fantastic. I think that's art to you. If it speaks to you, it's art. I think it's hard to define it because obviously it's putting colors and lights together, and you're basically broadcasting what's happening in nature, but you're creating an AI version of it. So
and where it's gathering that information, because it has to take the information from somebody else. You know, Disney has made a big push to make sure that their characters are taken off of a majority. But how do you do that?
How do you do that?
You can't, right?
At some point, right?
It's going to be out there. I've always said, and you know this, art, it was my first love. He never calls me anymore.
Never calls you.
Not anymore, and it hurts me.
You met in the drawing room,
We were in the drawing room, Art and I.
So dumb, I'm sorry, that was really bad.
You played along, and that's
stupid.
Some would say that was art, of how bad you...
You're at a really bad puns.
I had to go through
Yeah,
there. Anywho,
sorry.
you know, AI is one of those sort of things that it's not going anywhere. We have to accept it for what it is, but we should keep in mind, AI, that art came from real people.
Yeah.
And it can have its own interpretation, and if you want to feel any better about it, realize, well, it's taking at least some of what you think, which you have to have some kind of connection to it if it kind of gathered from your experiences, I guess.
But isn't it crazy to think that it could take exactly like with the AI glasses we've talked about, it could take what you're thinking and hearing and turn it into something. So you're really seeing what's going on in your brain.
This is
projected
deep, man.
out.
I think you're right. We'll be back after this. Scary stuff.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Cici, and this is Cici Hollywood. In a world that changes so fast, what actually lasts? Because almost everything doesn't. Careers rise, trends disappear, even entire industries transform. But some people, they spend a lifetime creating across different forms of creation, from music to image to performance. What stays with us? The night before our conversation, I had the privilege of listening to Emmy Award-winning composer Randy Edman perform at Carnegie Hall. The next morning, we talked about something much bigger than music. We talked about what a lifetime of creating can leave behind.
It's really last night that music. That's a lifetime of work. It's not from one part. It's from different parts of my musical life, and even though I just had a piano, it's from different genres and different things that I've done musically. Whether it's writing songs or writing film scores or TV themes or conducting orchestras, but it was all I had to figure out passion of loving music and being able to create music.
That's like a gift.
It's not just, and that is for any composer, for me, that's really a good feeling, it's part of your legacy.
A few days later, I met Dr. Ellen Chongzhao Sixtans, an award-winning sculptor and Ellis Island Medal of Honor recipient. As she shared the story behind Charles P. Wang's sculpture, I realized she wasn't simply preserving a face, she was preserving a spirit.
我也不仅是做他的一个外面的容貌，我希望他们能记住他给我们的精神力量。
I never had the chance to meet Charles P. Wang, but as I listened to those who knew him, I began to understand why a man who spent decades building bridges, including serving as an advisor to 6 U.S. presidents, was remembered not only for what he accomplished, but for the lives he quietly changed.
Get up, how can I? Don't be thankful just to get up every morning. Rather than be grumpy and and just be grateful. Just be grateful to get up and drink a glass of water. And start your day. The Lord still has purpose in you, so that's why you're still here shining.
Leaders here, and so many people have devoted their life to the community. Charles brought so many of us here. Charles, not only did he mentor me, he probably mentored so many people in this room.
Every generation leaves something behind, some through music, some through art, and some through the lives they quietly change. As America prepares to celebrate 250 years of history, perhaps the question is no longer what we choose to remember. Perhaps the real question is, what would you hope people remember about your life? A lifetime of creation is not really about what you produce. It's about what remains. Not in words, not in recognition, but in the way your work continues to move through the world. And maybe that's what time reveals. This is CC Hollywood, where we look beyond success and into what truly lasts.
Up next, we're talking Product of the Year, the largest consumer-voted award for product innovation. It helps shoppers discover products that truly stand out. Here with the 2026 winners is lifestyle expert Joanne Butler. Hi, Joanne. Where do we start?
Yeah, 41 U.S. winners this year. Just look for that iconic Product of the Year red seal while you're shopping. Some of my faves, new Tyson chicken cups. Now, these pack at least 30 grams of protein into a single microwavable cup, ready in about 90 seconds straight from the freezer. Bunch of yummy new flavors like garlic and herb, barbecue, and harissa. Plus, they have a mini Dino Nuggets cup. Kids will love you. Find them right in the freezer aisle. Next up, Rondelay spreadable cheese, blends milk, cream, and herbs into this whipped, creamy, rich spread, which spreads effortlessly. It's great as an instant crowd pleaser on everything: veggies, crackers, pastas, 5 yummy flavors. It's so good. If you want to prepare a meal like a pro at home, Knorr premium flavored base stock, it just adds a rich, authentic flavor to all your dishes. Crafted by pro chefs with real quality ingredients too, and each jar makes up to 52 cups, so it's gonna last you a while. Comes in slow roasted chicken, beef, and veggie, perfect for soups, marinades, and roasted veggies. Clearly Canadian, the original flavored sparkling water, super refreshing, bold flavor. It's crafted with simple ingredients, pure Canadian spring water, naturally occurring hydrating minerals, and it comes in so many great flavors. And they have a new zero sugar line as well. Same amazing taste, but no sugar. Scrubbing Bubbles Easy Clean, yay! A line of bathroom and toilet cleaners. These are perfect for quick cleaning between deep scrubs. You know, cleans 5 times faster, dissolves tough bathroom stains in seconds, and just leaves a fresh scent. The bubbles even change colors as they clean, so super fun. Bikini Zone Flow Shaving System, you know, it's summer. This attaches directly to the shave gel tube. You just squeeze it for the perfect amount of gel right through the razor head. So no separate bottles, no mess, no fuss, just salon quality results anytime, anywhere with less bulk in your bag. You know, I love this while you're on the go. Check all of the winners out, all 41 of them, at productoftheyearusa.com. And don't forget to look at that red seal when you're shopping.
For almost 90 years, Child Fund International has been helping children grow up healthy, educated, and above all, safe. Their new PSA invites viewers to see firsthand how Child Fund changes lives. Check this out.
It all connects. The girl who walks for hours to bring home the family's water, the school she can't attend most days, the breakfast she didn't have, the rain that hasn't fallen in months, the danger around the next bend, her little brother's belly laugh, her mother's hug, her dreams of being a teacher, an engineer, the mayor. All the reasons life is both so hard and so beautiful. It all connects, but so do we. For children's sakes, we connect through action, through everything we do, together, so every child can grow up healthy, educated, and safe. And we won't stop.
A new Surgeon General's advisory calls for urgent action to reduce harmful screen use for children and adolescents. Here's more.
This is a historic document about the harms of screen use. What we found and what is outlined in our advisory, which, by the way, you can find on surgeongeneral.gov, is unfortunately, we have seen plummeting academic scores. We've seen increasing mental health problems, depression, anxiety, and suicide. We've also seen neurocognitive development delays with memory and attention, and we are physically being harmed. Our kids are more overweight, more sedentary. They're having problems with their vision because they are on screen so much. This is a call to action, not only for parents, but for all stakeholders to make a difference. The time is now. You know, right now, summer is upon us, and the onus is not just on them. Right now, I want to make sure people know that there are policies that are changing, bell-to-bell policy in schools, so there'll be less cell phones in schools. But as parents are, taking care of their children at home, let's come up with a family plan. Let's talk about screen-free zones inside the house, and we should model that behavior. Look, if we're on their phones, they're probably going to be on it too. So during maybe a mealtime, no phone. We shouldn't have the phones in the bedrooms, and we should, when we're driving in a car, talk to them, they listen, tell stories. Let's get back to game night. Let's do activities outside together and live in real life. We are, surgeongeneral.gov is a website that you could find all the information, and I really wish everyone, your viewers, could look at it because it's chock full of information for them to learn.
June marks the midpoint of the year, making it the perfect time to pause and ask, am I on track with my financial goals? Here to help is financial expert Brian Kincannon, head of Vanguard Digital Advisor, with simple ways people can revisit their short and long-term financial goals and plan for the future. Brian, why is now a good time to check on financial goals and habits?
Sure. We know most people, they start the year with great financial resolutions in mind, but by the end of the year, only 1 in 4 people end up sticking with them. And what we find is that summertime is often a time where people drift off of those plans, and that's understandable, right? There's more travel, more vacations, more activities, more expenses. And so the nudge here is just to dust off that financial plan if you have one, recommit to your goals, and try to finish 2026 with confidence.
How can a digital advisor make the process easier? How does it work?
Sure. So ease is absolutely the name of the game for Vanguard Digital Advisor. When people sign up, we're asking them a few simple questions, seeking to understand their risk tolerance, what their current financial situation is, but then most importantly, what your goals are. You know, is that retirement? Is it education? Maybe there's a wedding on the way. And with that information in hand, we can build a broadly diversified, low-cost portfolio of mutual funds and ETFs. Typically gives clients coverage of more than 10,000 companies across the globe. And then we can check in on that portfolio each and every day, make any rebalancing trades as needed, and even help our clients minimize their taxes. You know, they tell us it saves them a lot of time, about 100 hours per year on average, as well as a lot of stress.
Where can we go for more information?
Sure. Well, to get started with building your own financial plan, you can check out vanguard.com/midyear.
KSA Entertainment is dedicated to uplifting the communities we serve. Through KSA Cares, we're bringing awareness to the causes that matter most, supporting those who work tirelessly to make a difference. From honoring veterans to championing environmental responsibility, KSA Cares is committed to inspiring positive change. At KSA Entertainment, we're here for the stories that bring us closer. Innovate with us. We can make a difference.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites, and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Don't just sit there. Come hang out with us online. We're all over Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. You name it. Just search Daily Flash Show. Jump into the fun. Of course, you can always sound off by dropping us a line. flash@dailyflashshow.com is our email. And we love your responses.
We do.
James.
Yes.
They're coming in.
We got to talk about the first question of the day, which is today's question is, what's one thing you're looking forward to this week?
I said my wife has been out of town, so I'm looking forward to her coming back. But I got to be honest, I get to eat my kind of pizza and all the bad food.
And no cauliflower crust.
No cauliflower crust.
Okay.
And Thursday is recycle day, so I throw all of the Dr. Pepper cans
No.
and the evidence away. I do. And
She has a great sense of smell. She probably smells it in the house when she walks in.
We have cameras to our house. I have a feeling she checks me all the time.
She totally checks.
In my underwear.
Yeah.
Like that bump out we have with the guys in bed. That's me.
She's got one of those cameras in a picture frame you don't know about.
100%. She's about to keep it a whole
of course she is.
library of.
James, you've got some comments. What are people
Yes.
saying?
Here's a couple of comments from last week's question of the day. Thanks to our Flash family on TikTok. The question, what's something you thought you'd never use but now love?
Oh, okay.
Now, Jasmine says, honestly, grocery delivery apps. I thought it was lazy.
Yes, Jasmine.
But now it saves me so much time, and I avoid impulses to buying snacks I don't need.
I never thought of it. That
That's
is
a great
true.
point.
I do, however. They know that on the app. They'll
Yeah.
say, you bought apples. You might as well buy peanut butter, too, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like Amazon does. And then I wind up throwing it in
But
my...
you know, the grocery stores count on those impulse buys. That's why they're stacked with everything right there.
I love they
check
call
out.
them POS, which is point of sale.
Yeah.
But that's not what POS means.
All right, we get to Marcus. Marcus says noise canceling headphones. I used to think they were overhyped, but now I can't work, travel, or even relax
Amen.
without them. Total game changer.
All right, folks, you can sound off and we can share your comments on there. Anything that we've talked about, by the way, throughout the week, anything, it's okay to go back and just ask. Our website's up and running for you right now.
DailyFlashShow.com. That's how you get a hold of us. That does it for us today.
Man, it sure does. Y'all take care. We will see you when we look at you. Bye-bye, everybody.